Hey guys, it's Fumaya. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Either way, you are welcome. Got a little bit of a different film vibe set up today because I didn't feel like setting up all my lights and all that. It was just like, I can't. So hope you guys don't mind. So I wanted to come on and answer some questions that I posted on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because that's where I get a bunch of the video requests that I end up posting to this channel. And so I'm answering a bunch of questions that I got to my post, which was asking you guys for any questions you had for this upcoming video. So the first question I'm going to answer is how women can be more confident in their singleness while waiting. So first, I wasn't going to answer this question because I'm not even sure that I understand what you're getting at. I don't know if you're saying confident that you'll find somebody or confident in yourself while you're waiting. I think you mean confident that you'll find somebody. Confident that you'll find somebody, I think just keeping faith, being positive, and remembering that like God makes everything beautiful in his time, and the fact that you haven't met someone yet doesn't mean that you won't meet someone in the future. One thing that you really need to be careful about is that spirit of like desperation. That's not where you want to be at all. No matter what your age is, no matter how long it's been since you found someone you really like, you want to make sure that you don't fall into like a desperate mentality, because that's what sets you up to settle. And then it's like, what did you even wait for if you end up settling in the end? So I'm sure it can get hard when you've been waiting for a really long time. And I'm not trying to downplay that at all. I'm just saying that, like, think of it this way: the longer you have been waiting, the more you should just continue to stay focused and keep your eye on the ball, because you don't want to settle and then sort of demean the entire wait. Another thing I will say is just try to focus on being the best you can be, and focus on creating a life for yourself that you are proud of and that you love, doing things that you're passionate about. Take that time to learn about what makes you tick, what makes you a good partner, what sort of you want to see in a partner. And as you're dating and meeting people, enjoy that process. It's a really fun and great, exciting process to be in. You want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that respects and honors your values and who you are at your core, but have fun with it. Like, enjoy getting to meet new people, enjoy going out with people and the conversations and stuff like that. So that's what I would say. I don't know if I answered your question because I'm not sure that I understand it, but someone asked about my makeup look, and that's something I get asked about pretty often. This is the picture that I posted. I also posted it on YouTube. Right here is the photo. In that picture, I am wearing the same, let's wait for her to, in that picture, I'm wearing the same makeup look that I wear pretty much every day. I alternate mainly between two makeup looks, either the makeup that I'm wearing in my makeup for glasses video or the makeup that I'm wearing in my soft glam video. So either one of those videos will give you the makeup look that I wear pretty much in every single video. And then my sort of signature wine brown matte lipstick, but other than that, nothing really changes. So budgeting and saving tips. A couple things that I think are helpful for people who want to budget and save, particularly for students who are not bringing in a regular income. You want to put yourself on an allowance. So if you have student loans or you have help from family, set aside money that is your allowance, and then put all your bill money aside in like a separate account. There are certain apps that can help you do this. I really like Digit because not only can you save money, you can have different funds. So let's say you want to save for a laptop or a camera, it lets you do that. And Digit also has this mechanism where it automatically withdraws money from your account and will save money for you. So that's something that's really nice. And it's a very intelligent mechanism because it'll kind of balance sort of money coming in versus money going out, and save different amounts at different times with different frequencies based on all of that information. Okay, someone asked about managing time between school, exercising, faith, and family. So the thing about time that's complicated is that it's become harder and harder to track with things like phones and iPads and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. It's like, before you know it, you could spend 2 hours on any one of these apps and not even realize it. And so you have to be really mindful about time. One thing that I've found very helpful is just using external timers. So like, for example, set a timer. Like, I'll do it right now on camera for you guys. I would typically do this before I start, but I'll say, Echo, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Starting now.
When I hear the alarm, I wrap up. Whether or not I've said every single thing I wanted to say, I wrap up just because I want to build the habit of respecting those external timers. So one year, one of the LPS professors talked to us about time management and studying for exams, and she introduced us to Parkinson's law. And basically Parkinson's law is that any work or task that you have to do will expand to fill the amount of time that you've set apart for it. You have to make up your mind and say, this is what I want to spend my time on, and then stick to that. You just have to stand your ground and say, hey, I just don't have time for this. I don't have the bandwidth for this. Another thing I would say is with faith and stuff, you want to do that first. So I find that doing your devotional first, you make sure that you do it, and it also sets the tone for the day. And it's funny because when I do my devotional first, I'm more likely to also return to my devotional that evening. And then also with exercise, it's the same thing, especially if it's something that you don't like. So I heard this expression that says, do what you hate and do it first. So if you wake up, you know exercise is not your favorite part of the day, do that first, get it out of the way, and then, you know, you just feel a lot more accomplished having done the thing that you know you need to do, but not necessarily want to do very much. And I'm skipping some of them because some of them are more like a one video thing, but I'm trying to get to as many like questions as I can. How to figure out if law school is right for you. This is the thing, I get asked this question all the time, and I think it's something that people want to be 100% sure on before they do it. And I don't know many people that were 100% sure that law school was the right thing for them to do before they got into it. Every big decision you make in your life is going to ultimately be a leap of faith. And so that's one thing I want to make sure that I get across really quickly. You also want to talk to people who actually do this. So I think the law is unique in that it's very, very, very different from how it's portrayed in movies and television for the most part, for most practitioners who end up practicing law with their day-to-day lives in real life. So talk to people who work at law firms, talk to people who work at the district attorney's office, talk to as many lawyers as possible. Ask them like real questions. What's your day-to-day like? Do you like this? What do you like about your job? What do you not like? What were some things you didn't know about your job going into it? And really keep a journal and write those things down and think about it and think honestly about whether this is something you want to do. And it shouldn't be something that you're doing based on what your family wants, what your friends will think, or, you know, because you don't know what to do next. It should be something that comes from a place of conviction, but also a place of being informed and having talked to people who actually do this. Someone asked about letting go of a friendship you once cherished. This one's really hard because I feel like this is something that a lot of people go through in their 20s, specifically in their late 20s. You find yourself in a situation where you've been friends with someone for years, maybe even like a decade or so. And you find that like patterns that were sort of easy to overlook when you were younger have now become toxic and harmful now that you're older, and there's sort of more at stake with everyone's lives. The older you get, the higher the stakes get. So this is not an uncommon thing, and I don't want you to think that like it's your fault or anything like that. It is very hard to let go of a friendship that you once cherished, particularly if you are a very loyal person and you are someone who cares deeply about your friends. I saw this tweet that was so powerful, and it said something like, Jesus literally healed someone off of the strength of his friends. Not his faith, off of the strength of the faith of his friends. And you still think that your friends don't matter? Like, that is just the most eye-opening thing you can ever read. You want to surround yourself with people who want the best for you, who are happy when good things happen to you, who are happy to see you win and succeed, who are happy to see you like move on and progress in life, even if their own lives are not progressing in the same way. And this is a little bit, if you have a friend who's toxic in a certain area, it's not okay to sort of then make excuses for them just because they're a good friend in other areas. You have to look at it holistically because everything in life is interconnected. And so you don't want to keep someone in your life who's just so toxic and negative about one area of your life, even though they're fine in other areas. So it's hard. What I would say is like, journal it, process those feelings, honor them, and let yourself sort of go through that process with as much time as you need. People talk about breakups all the time, but friendships ending can be just as hurtful, if not more. So take the time to process it. I would definitely say try to keep things on a good note, like a civil note if you can. I think the best policy is just to maintain a high bye with everyone, as many people as you can safely do so. Try to maintain at least that level of civility. You don't want to be on the level where like you can't even be in the same room with that person. I don't think that's the goal at all. It takes time. It's a gradual process, and try to just be as positive about it as possible. It might not be a permanent thing. It might just be something that you need right then. That's just something only time will tell. Okay. How to study and work / be productive from home. I think one thing that really helps is to try and maintain some kind of schedule. Like, so if you know you get up at a certain time, try to still get up at that time at least most days of the week. Have a space in your apartment, house, whatever, that is dedicated to studying. And this is something that I have found really helpful. Even if it's just a table, just have that space dedicated to studying, have your supplies there. You can leave them out so long as it's not cluttered and distracting. And this just cuts down on prep time so much. And prep time is when a lot of distractions occur. So having that space set up is a really big way to be productive and save time. And it also helps you while you're studying, because if you have things that are sort of in this room and in that room and over there and over here, it's really easy to get distracted on your way to retrieve those things, which is why I always talk about setting up your space. Take that 15 or 20 minutes to do it before you sit down, and then you can sort of get into what you have to do. And that way, if you're getting up, it's just to go get a drink or go to the bathroom, you can go and come right back. You don't have to spend time looking for whatever you need. And this is also a great way to do it if you live in a shared space and you can't necessarily like leave your stuff out on a table or in a room. So those are the tips that I have for working from home. Those are really helpful. I actually have a video coming up that is all about like all my favorite products from Amazon that are like productivity and study hacks. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And then last but not least, one question I got was tips for how to study the Bible. I have actually already uploaded that video on my channel. Go through my videos. It's actually a very recent upload. Hard to miss it. It's right there. It's got a Bible as like the thumbnail. So I have all that for you, and it is very detailed and in-depth. So that is it for my video. If you liked this video, definitely thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. And if you have already subscribed, girl, take that next step. Click the notification button to the right or the left of the subscribe button. It's right next to it. It's like attached. That way you don't have to miss any future uploads from me, and you will be in the loop always. Comment your requests below as always. And if you have any questions or personal topics you want to ask me about, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. And so that's it. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.